Going to the game, I'm going to be playing Lee Sin and show you how to carry with this champion. In this matchup, we're currently up against Tryndamere, and in a Lee Sin versus Tryndamere, this is a big advantage for Lee Sin, especially in the early game, since our damage, clear, and ganks are much better than our counterpart. The only thing that we have to worry about is Tryndamere getting fed, and once he's able to scale to the late game, it will be very hard to stop him since he has his ulti and deals so much damage. I place a control ward on the bottom side. This is something that I got used to whether I'm playing an aggressive or passive jungler. And the clear that I'm doing is a blue side clear into most likely a full clear, or if I can gank mid or bot, that's where I will go. Looking at the lanes, the reason why I started at the blue side is because top side with the Lucian Soraka, there's no kill pressure, not much crowd control, especially against Yuumi Jinx. Mid lane has a higher chance of getting a successful gank with a Morgana bind, but the best lane to go for is the set lane, wherein Yone has possible crowd control with the Q3, or he can even ult. Plus, if we get our Yone ahead, having him as a late game scaling champion, he would be able to carry fights later on. When going for my clear, you always want to utilize your passive, using 2 hits before every skill. And one thing that I learned recently about Lee Sin is that going QE is a bit faster than going QW, because third skill has a much lower cooldown, so you could spam it for the additional damage and passive procs, unlike the W, which has a longer cooldown overall. With this, we're going for a full clear, seeing that there's no lane that we could gank. Tryndamere though, if he fights on the scuttler, we should be able to win the 1v1 unless he's Omega lucky and crits like 5 times in a row. That's the annoying thing about Tryndamere. Sometimes you just